Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Melvin Gordon, the two-time Pro Bowler. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Open man is Gordon, complete. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. But it looked like a Packer. Yeah, Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. This time able to hold on to the football, but not much room to run. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. Out there now, the lefty Tavecchio for the Falcon field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And this is off the left upright, and it caroms in. Not the most convincing kick you'll see, but he got it to go. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's throwing them in the offensive backfield.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Able to get this to Gordon. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early, as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
You.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Flacco. Bryant has it. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? He said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Blue there, blue there.
Cousins now. Dorsett making the catch. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
Packers first down. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Cousins going to come up on a first and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Now it's his carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
That's going to be a long day.
Gun!
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. The Packers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw is Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Hey, Echo!
Under 10.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And it's complete. Henry. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up first and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. One man in the backfield. That's Gordon. 2nd and goal.
Gun!
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal.
Check 99. Check. Spawn. No.
Gun!
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And a second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Melvin Gordon with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Watch the slant.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Silver.
Here's Cousins. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Cousins now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. Touchdown, Packers. Cordarrelle Patterson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. The lefty Tavecchio now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Get ready.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now it's Flacco, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Let's go.
Operating off play action. Flacco going deep here for Bryant. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. I call it no gain there on the first down play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Funchess has it complete.
Here we go.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. It's caught by Funchess. A gain of 6 there on first. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
From the 29, Flacco. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That second down play nets a -4. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Separating out of the gun, Flacco. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 21. Dashing through the snow. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Tavecchio good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This one taken from the 7. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
From the 39, Flacco nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney makes that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
3rd and long for Joe Flacco. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for Chicago.
1st down, Bears.
Flacco now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Even. 4 down. 5-0. Mike's 50. Mike's
Now Flacco. Complete to Bryant. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
You don't want no problem
Gain
with
of
me.
4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 49-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. The dump-off gets him only 1, and now you're looking at a 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
50's a regular. Quit talking about it and bring it. Mike 50. You must be dreaming.
3rd down, Flacco from the gun. And that one going to be knocked away and incomplete. Tremaine Johnson that time there to force the incompletion.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.